Hey, how's it going? Welcome to my guitar video. I'm hesitant to call it a lesson because I'm not a guitar teacher, but this is how I came to understand my modes through the lens of a pentatonic as opposed through the major scale. So the first requirement and assumption about this video is that you can play your minor and major pentatonic all over the neck in any key up and down. And if that's the case, you're one step away from playing modes. I'm not going to relate it to the major scale. That's what a lot of videos on YouTube and explanations relate the modes to, is the major scale. And if that's not how you learned to play and how you learn the fretboard, it can feel really daunting. It feels like a whole new set of scales and you don't know how to make them sound musical. You might get confused. So this is going to learn the modes through the pentatonic. So let's start by breaking down a little bit what's going on. So there's 7 modes, but we're gonna ignore the 7th mode. We don't use it very much. It's kind of like learning chords in a key. People usually jump over the 7th one. It doesn't show up often. So don't worry about the 7th mode. So we're gonna say there's 6 modes. There's gonna be 3 major and 3 minor. And what's great about these is the major pentatonic is gonna be found within all the major modes, and the minor pentatonic will be found in all the minor modes. So what's the difference between a pentatonic and a mode? Is that a mode has 7 notes, and a pentatonic has 5. So there's 2 more notes, and you'll be playing modes. So let me show you the basic concept, the basic way of visualizing the modes across the neck. We're gonna start with minor, and the first of the minor modes is the 2nd mode, called Dorian. So we're gonna start off in A minor, pentatonic, which we know and love so much. Okay, so when you look at these box shapes or positions in the pentatonic, there's always gonna be an interval on the same string that is a full step, just 2 frets. And then there's always gonna be 2 intervals back to back that are 3 frets, a step and a half. So all you gotta do to get to a mode is add 2 notes. You gotta figure out where to add them. So let's start with Dorian. Wherever I find this 3 fret gap, right? Wherever you find that 3 fret gap on your A minor pentatonic, you're gonna fill in 2 notes right here. So, So if you're wondering what this note is, it's just the position before the first one. It has that 3 fret gap in it. So you're subbing in. So basically you're subdividing these 3 frets into a step and a half and a step and a half. And you can do that everywhere on the pentatonic. You're playing Dorian. Now let's go to the 3rd mode, which is minor, and it's called Phrygian. Same exact concept. Anywhere you have that gap, add 2 notes. Where? Instead of, like in Dorian, we're gonna add them short. So half step, full step, half step, full step. Now you're playing Phrygian, the 3rd mode. Okay, and the last of the minor modes is Aeolian. It's a mixture of both, is the way I think of it. So same thing, A minor, here's Aeolian, half step, half step. Anywhere you have that gap, so. And now you're playing Aeolian. And that's it. Those are the three positions where you're gonna add those 2 notes. Aeolian, Dorian, Phrygian. And you gotta think A minor pentatonic, so it stays musical. So if I'm in Dorian, right? Okay, that's your minor. Now we're gonna go to major modes. They're gonna be based on the major pentatonic. They're the same shapes. The same 3 shapes I showed you, the same way we're gonna split those 3 frets. We're gonna do the same but major. So let's go to D major. So the first mode is called Ionian. It's the major scale. It's the same pattern, the same shape as the 6th mode I just showed you, which was Aeolian. So what does that mean? Let's go to D major. Right, D major pentatonic. Let's add the 2 notes to make it a mode. Now you're playing D Ionian or D major. This is the first major mode. So half, full, full, half. Everywhere. Anywhere you find that 3 fret gap, that's how you fill it in. Now let's move to the 4th mode, which is Lydian. This is gonna be the same shape as the 2nd mode, which is Dorian. What does that mean? D major, so D major Lydian or D Lydian. So how am I splitting it? It's going full step, half, full step, half. And that's it, right? And the last one is Mixolydian. This is gonna be the same as the 3rd mode, as Phrygian. So D Mixolydian, half step, full step, half step, full step. Now, you should learn these intervals, but I'm not gonna talk about them. We're just thinking about shapes. We're getting comfortable with where do we add those notes. But that's the basic concept. You take your pentatonics, major and minor, anywhere you have those intervals of 3 frets, you're splitting them. And how you split them is the mode it's gonna give you. So to recap, for Dorian and Lydian, the 2nd and 4th mode, minor and major, this is how you're splitting that interval, right? For Mixolydian and Phrygian, your 3rd and 5th mode, or sorry, 5th and 3rd mode. And then for your Ionian or Aeolian, obviously they gotta be in the context of major and minor in the key that you're in. But that is the basic idea. If you enjoyed this video, if you feel that this concept or this way of looking at the modes was useful for you, give it a thumbs up, I guess. I don't really care. I am going to make another video where it's using this concept along with caged and position playing to essentially play the changes, how to target the specific chords that are under your solo, and how to play different modes over them, which are essentially the same notes. But if this concept, if this way of thinking of modes helps you, I think the way I'm thinking about the changes is also really helpful. So yeah, hopefully this helped you. Bye.